Welcome back. Pierre Poilievre, leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, is promising to eliminate the increase to the capital gains inclusion rate if elected. Poilievre made the announcement in a social media post today, saying the tax was, quote, a bad idea before President Trump's terrorist threat, and that, quote, it is outright insanity right now. To talk about it further, we're joined by Bloomberg's Stephanie Hughes. Stephanie, thanks a lot for joining us on this. This is essentially breaking news. It's emerged in the past hour or so. Can you walk us through the inclusion rate and what led to Poilievre's promise to scrap it?
Yeah, of course there, Paul. So basically, just to catch viewers up to speed, the capital gains inclusion rate move was introduced last year by the Liberal government during the federal budget. And basically, this would take the inclusion rate on the capital gains and move it up to 2/3 from its original 50%, I should say. And this would apply to all companies and trusts and individuals making $250,000 or more. So after Trudeau resigned last week, it was kind of uncertain whether this that measure came into place in June, but after Trudeau resigned, it was uncertain whether this measure would continue, but the CRA said that it would continue to apply the higher rate to adhere to its standard practice of applying the legislation as soon as it's proposed. Like you mentioned, Poilievre has come against it. He has long criticized the measure, but this is actually the first time that he came out in a few social media posts detailing his plan to scrap that inclusion rate increase once he's elected. So he did say that it was a bad idea before Trump's terror threats, and he called it outright insanity right now. He also pointed to a report from the C.D. Howe Institute, which estimated that the measure could reduce employment by about 414,000 jobs. So the measure really wasn't particularly popular, particularly among Poilievre's base there. So it would only likely come into law if a new government introduced the bill. So looks like he's proposing to get rid of it altogether if he's elected there, Paul.
Business leaders have not been a big fan of this move. How would you summarize reaction from the business community?
Yeah, so business leaders have definitely not been a fan of this. They said that it would really weigh on Canada's already sluggish productivity growth. Shortly after it was announced last year, TMX Group CEO John McKenzie said that it sends a negative message to businesses and people who want to invest here. There was also concerns that it would send or create a capital flight from Canada over to the U.S. and really hurt Canada's standing as a business hub. Late last year, you also had RBC CEO Dave McKay saying that Canada was on the wrong path and really needed a more competitive tax regime in this current climate especially. So today, Poilievre's comments are gaining some traction with some of the biggest business leaders like Mavericks founder John Ruffalo and Shopify president Harley Finkelstein there, Paul.
Stephanie Hughes of Bloomberg News in Toronto. Stephanie, thank you as always.